gravity. And the other thing, when you're making a thumb spica, again, are they wearing it during the daytime? So do we want their hand or their thumb a little bit under in opposition? Or do we want their thumb way out here? For the purpose of this one, we want a little bit of opposition, because when they hold their papers or whatever, we want them to be able to do that. So don't have that thumb propped way over here. Can you guys see that? Okay. Okay. And again, you don't want like a lot of extension, but if you're asking them to use it during the day, you've got to have a little bit of extension to be functional. So don't splint them in necessarily neutral or flexion, then they won't be able to use it very well. Okay, you ready? First thing you need to do is dab it off, get rid of the excess water. And again, remember, this guy's going to be a little big on her. Okay.
Ow.
Way to go, Steph. Now you got to work kind of quickly. Ooh, that is hot.
It is I'm sorry. She wasn't lying.
I thought she was joking. I did too.
No, she's not lying, you guys.
I was
it's hot.
politely being serious.
Okay, now look how fast I'm working. I'm holding it down here on the forearm piece.
It
Sorry.
looks good already.
Ooh, it's hot. I'm putting my hand in the palm to keep those arches. Okay, I'm really working. I'm having to do multitask, as Stephanie says she does well. So she's awesome splint maker. I'm really, see, this is a very rigid material, so I'm working with it. I'm really handling it. I'm sorry.
Thumb is in that
It's gonna blisters.
What?
thumb is kind of cupping, like in that the distal crease. Is that where the transverse? Is that where you're holding your thumb?
Yeah, I'm kind of holding my thumb in there, and that distal transverse crease, I'm going to have to either fold this guy back or cut him because it's too long for her. But this is how you learn. So I'm sorry it's so cold, and the sides are too
Is
long.
her thumb okay where it's at, the position of her thumb, or does it?
What do you guys think?
It looks like it's up a little high.
It looks like it's up high, as in you want it down here more?
Yeah. So
Okay.
she can move it.
And it kind of depends on, you have a patient that has to, you know, his grip, he may have to grip things that are wide, or it may just be somebody who does small things. So take that into consideration.
You can always have them try the
Yeah,
opposition
wide
too.
To see where it's at.
Okay?
When do you start cutting it and rolling it?
It kind of depends. I don't like to let mine totally harden up before I start cutting it, because again, it gets hard. You have more sharp edges. So, but at this point, I still feel like if I take it off of her, I'm not going to have the form that I want. So, yeah. So you might just, sometimes that's when you use your fingernail and you make a little thing here. We know that we've got it too long there. That's going to be pretty easy to fix. And again, look at her. We've covered her up. And this is what I'm talking about, it being too high on the ulnar side. So she can't really, she can flex her fingers, but it's not ideal. You haven't cleared that crease.
It's really impacting to
Yeah.
the 5th digit.
Okay. So let's go ahead and look at it. What do we need? Is there any problem? We know it's too high here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what else? We know it's too high on the sides.
It looks good on the other side.
Okay. I don't know though. Look at this. I would say if she was a patient, she might come back and say, that's kind of bugging me right there.
Like rubbing, maybe.
Yeah. So you might want to roll it or cut it. Okay. So let's go ahead. And the other thing is you got to make sure they can get it off. So don't make them so tight that you can't.
Forgot the Vaseline.
Don't have the Vaseline. I'll let you pull it off. Now, if you had a surgery patient, you couldn't be tugging on this much.
So that
Wow.
that's why stockinette's important. I have sensitive skin
Maybe the
though.
160 is a little high on the.
Yeah, let's turn them down. We don't want to burn them.
Or take it out quicker too.
Yeah, I think we're.
Because we were chatting.
So now's the time when it's still kind of soft to start working on those things in the problem areas. Sorry.
Do you want these curved scissors?
Yeah, I love those. Thank you. And it's really, I always say it's better to have too much splint material than not enough, because you can always cut it off, but it's really hard to put back on. And again, that's a nice area that we're going to have to straighten out, that ridge there. And you guys said it was too long here, right? Too long? So what are the two ways that I could fix it?
Roll it or roll it and cut it.
Okay. So let's try rolling this guy since we've cut part of it. And when you roll it, you don't want to dip the whole thing back in, obviously, because you like the rest of it pretty much. So you could either use the heat gun. I think this works a little bit better. Just have to remember it's super hot.
Just provides heat. So the heat gun just
Like a
provides
concentrated hair dryer.
Yeah.
Just to like start.
But you got to be careful holding your fingers and.
Yeah, that's good.
Now you can see that it's already hot enough that we can start rolling it. And that makes for cosmetically, that makes for a nice splint. To have a rolled edge like that.
So you prefer rolled rather than cut?
Well, it's really, if you're a really good cutter, then go for it. I just, like I said, I always end up making a lot of more rigid areas.
And you may not
sharp.
have the material either to roll, so.
Yeah.
And then you need to roll it over there too.
Right in here. Right here, you're right. Boy, these guys are hardcore. You're supposed to be going easy on me, guys, remember? So yeah, I think that's a good idea to roll that a little bit. Because if that metacarpal head is buttoned up against that, she's not going to be very happy. And always make sure your splint pan's turned on. I don't know how many times I've gotten ready to make a splint and the pan wasn't turned on. And then you're sitting there having to either make small talk for 20 minutes.
Is that how long it takes to heat up? 20 minutes?
I think so. Well, this one may
These
have
are
done.
new, so they're working pretty good, but
Yeah.
those resources in the clinic aren't always great.
This area that I tried to cut that made some jagged edges, that's where I'd probably use the heat gun. Because I'm not going to be able to get that in there very well, so that's where you want to get your heat gun and spot heat a few areas. And these guys get really hot, and don't tell patients they can use their blow dryers, because it really doesn't work.
Is it not? Oh, there.
So you just want to kind of keep it moving in that area like this.
Smell it. Yeah. Watch your foot.
Oh gosh, I don't think it'll get down there.
I don't know, Teresa.
I told you should have brought stockinettes, Stephanie.
This is why I don't go in the sun either.
Yeah, you can kind of
fry.
smell it. Yeah, you can kind of smell that. I don't know if you can really see it very good. I know you can't see it in the back. But basically, then by doing that, we're smoothing that edge a little bit.
Why is this
That's probably what it is.
so bad?
Turn her down.
I almost burned my hair off.
Okay. So,
Welcome to OT.
I'm just going to show you.
To burn the clinic down.
There are still
Are there
rough edges
like
there.
fire alarms in this room?
Okay.